Thank you. And now it's time for each candidate.
Don't I get a 30 second?
No, that was his 30. That was,
man.
sorry.
Wow.
Sorry, rule's a rule. Now it's time for each candidate to ask a question of the other candidate. So Representative Rehberg, what is your question for Senator Tester?
Well, once again, I'm going to ask the question. You support President Obama 95% of the time on the major issues, and that's not necessarily standing with the people of Montana. If you listen to the people of Montana, they did not want Obamacare. They did not see how the stimulus was going to work. They do not think that the EPA bureaucrats in Washington should shut down the Corette plant. So the question becomes, why do you think President Obama should be reelected?
Well, the point is this, Congressman, you're running against me. This is the race, okay? You're not running against President Obama, okay? You could have done that, but you chose not to. Look, don't do that. The rules, look, there's plenty of differences between myself and Barack Obama, and tonight I'm starting to figure out there's plenty of similarities between the Congressman and Barack Obama. The fact is that if you go down the list, whether it's rules, whether it's trade agreements, whether it's making sure that the bailouts don't happen, we have set the standard, and we've set the standard by listening to Montanans and doing what Montanans think is correct first. And that's the bottom line. He can try to morph me into Barack Obama because that's who he wants to run again. But look at the record. Look at the record of accomplishment that we've got. Whether it's for veterans or infrastructure, transparency, the list goes on and on and on. And these aren't bills that I just voted for. These are bills that I sponsored. These are bills that I carried. These are bills that I got through. And I do want to talk about that farm bill just for a second. That drought assistance that he talked about previously, he said, you got to get that passed through the Senate. Remember when I told you the farm bill saved $23 billion we passed in the House? The drought assistance that he wanted cost taxpayers money.
Thank you, Senator Tester. Your minute's up. Mr. Rehberg, 1 minute.
I don't need to morph you into Barack Obama. You did it all by yourself. You listened to what he wanted, and you voted for a failed stimulus. You voted for a president's health care reform that did not reform health care, and you voted for cap and trade, which is nothing more than an energy tax that is going to do two things. It's going to raise the price of our utilities, and it's going to cost us jobs in oil, gas, and coal country of eastern Montana. You supported the EPA and their regulations. They're going to shut down the Corette plant that's going to cost 35 jobs. It's going to cost $10 million annually to the city of Billings. It's going to increase your utility costs as much as 25%. It's going to mothball 200 plants around the nation. That's not being an independent voice. What I've tried to do is I've tried to be an independent voice for Montanans by bucking my own party when necessary, when supporting my party when necessary, but ultimately traveling to the 56 counties to find out what the people of Montana want me to do. That's why I voted against the president's health care reform, because it's not going to reform health care. It is necessary. We must reform health care, but if you leave defensive medicine out of it, you haven't done a thing. Ask the people of Montana. They were told their insurance premiums would go down $2,500. They've gone up $2,300. This cost every family in Montana $5,000 for your experiment supporting the president.
Thank you. Senator Tester, you have 30 seconds to wrap up.
Well, thanks, Steve. I would just say this. If any time jobs are lost with the Corette plant, that's a bad deal. Absolutely a bad deal. We're talking about EPA regs that have been on the books for 20 years. We're talking about a company that made $1.6 billion in profit last year. The fact is they should invest in that Corette plant. The problem is, Congressman, is that you bring up stuff and you throw it against the wall and hope it sticks. I did not vote for cap and trade. I voted for a procedural motion to talk about energy policy in this country. And we need to have a debate about that energy policy. We need to have a debate about cap and trade, too, as far as that goes, to make sure it work or not work for this country. Look, there's plenty of things we need to debate about. But for him to stand up here and list off a litany of things, just pull them out of air, is, I guess it's said in a commercial, baloney.
Okay.